Hey, your buddy Peace and Harmony here with you here today. Dealing with the rigid cognitive style of the narcissist or the psychopath. In previous videos, we have discussed and looked at the black and white thinking, the all or nothing thinking, the splitting behavior of the narcissist and the psychopath. This gives them basically a very rigid cognitive thinking style where they're not really able to work things out between good and bad, right or wrong, hot or cold with you, in or out. They're not able to merge those sorts of balanced thinking. They're not able to balance out and kind of mesh and integrate those thinking. So everything that you see with them is really on the extreme level. In other words, you're either all in or you're all out. They don't have the ability to kind of make ends come together or merge in terms of a solution style when it comes to their thinking. From a biological standpoint, it's just not capable. So in knowing this to be the case, I just want to go into a little bit more detail of this and how it plays out and how it really manifests in their relationship to you. For one is what I'm going to just call, a cognitive inflexibility. They're not able to really process these things. They're not able to have those heart-to-heart discussions. What does this mean for you? Exactly that. You can't expect to have a heart-to-heart with them. You can't expect to hammer things out. You can't expect to really come to terms with them. There's no equal terms between a narcissist and a psychopath. There's just not the existence of that. They're very much on their own track and in their own world and to their own ends. So when you really look back, what I want you to understand is kind of look back and see if you really can identify in the past where you kind of felt like something was a little bit missing from your experience. Even when you first encountered them or maybe first met them and things were all on the extreme good side. Did you maybe feel that there was something a little bit too good to be true about them, or was it just too smooth? Were things just too much of a fantasy, and that's what you fell into? Realize that in that love bombing stage, that's when they were completely flipped to their cognitive. They were still in their cognitive rigid style. However, they were on their positive trip. They're in their positive side. They're in their positive mode, and we can accept them for what they are and who they are and choose to move on. But in terms of, really getting to a sense that you work things out with them, it's just not going to happen. So what I'm asking of you and requesting of you is to really understand that if you think that you're going to be able to come to terms with them, it's not within their ability. It's not within their wheelhouse. It's not what they are able to do. And how they keep you basically hooked in is they're going to give you that little bit of positive. You're going to have those positive memories. They're going to try to flash this, to you. They're going to give you that little gift. They're going to give you that good time. They're going to give you that good fun. But what I'm going to do is call it the baloney relationship. And I wish I had a piece of baloney here to fling at you to kind of give you an idea of what they are in terms of how they entice you. The baloney might be pink. It might be, easy to peel off and serve. And at first it looks, really great. But what's in baloney? Nothing but nitrates, chemicals. There's no nutrition. It's really slimy. You wouldn't want to really eat it alone. It's really disgusting. It's loaded with preservatives, but yet it's mass produced. It's out there, and it's not really a true meat. So I'm just trying to, I'm like really into analogies because I think it really helps you kind of get an image, or it helps you really understand what the narcissist and the psychopath is. Because, it's very difficult to grasp the concept. Once you've exposed them, it's just, we have a hard time processing it. So we tend to torture ourselves with trying to come to clarity. And it just doesn't fit into anything that we've ever experienced before. So it's very difficult to process, very difficult to manage the circumstance, very difficult to move on. I mean, it's constantly, you constantly feel like you're waffling around and trying to understand and come to terms with why this happened and how could this be, and this doesn't make sense. So your brain is trying to make sense of it. And what I'm trying to explain is that from the exterior, from the looks of them, they don't seem, it just doesn't seem possible that they could be capable of these things. It doesn't make sense. They had you manipulated, they had you lured in. And it's very difficult to, really try to process this and compartmentalize it. So I think analogies are very useful. Again, I'm going to call it the baloney relationship. It's not a real food. It's not a real nutrition-based item. It doesn't give you really any energy. It just kind of fills you up a little bit. It's kind of what exists out there as a kind of pseudo meat. And so this is kind of like a pseudo person. If that analogy helps, I really hope it does, because that's really truly what they are. And if you were trying to live with baloney or exist on baloney alone, chances are you'd get sick. Just like that study of the girl who tried to live on chicken McNuggets, and she was like 11 or 12 and she ended up being hospitalized, for lack of nutrition. It can look like meat, it can taste like meat, but there's no nutritional value in there. And I think kind of the same thing goes with the narcissist or psychopath. It's a baloney relationship. It's really rubbery. It's really disgusting. It doesn't have any sort of natural, organic grain or texture to the relationship. If you eat too much of it, you're going to get sick, and your taste buds might be temporarily satisfied, but that's really about the extent of it. And I just hope that helps you in terms of understanding a little bit about how they think and what they are inside. Peace out. Peace and harmony here with you today. Take care of yourselves. Please subscribe for more great tools, videos, and discussions. Peace out.